I know I have a problem with buying too many books and it has to stop. But here we are today, doing one more unboxing. Hi everyone, it's Tanya and welcome to today's book mail unboxing, book haul, call it whatever you like. But I bought some new books which I want to open with you because it's more fun and we have a lot of them. It might be just the biggest unboxing and the biggest book haul that I have made so far. So let's just jump straight into it. I just have lots of packages. I think you have already seen them on the thumbnail, so I don't need to show them up because they're just too much. So let me begin with something exciting. My Waterstones order, because I bought some books of Waterstones and they're very exciting. To be honest, I have already opened them because I just couldn't wait. But I will show them off to you anyway. First book being an enormous one, and it's 8 Life. The 8 Life. Can you see this? This is a brick. This is not a book. This is a brick and it has 930 pages, so it's huge. But this book is actually a bestseller in Europe and I'm interested in it because it was written by a Georgian author. So her name is Nyah Haratishvili, so Georgian, a family saga, and it is written in the form of a letter of a woman describing her family's life and her family's experiences throughout 20th century in Russia and Georgia and like all over that region. So I am very excited. I really want to read, and it was nominated for lots of different prizes. So I think it's something special and I really hope I'm gonna love it. So one more book that I bought on Waterstones is this. Here We Are. Here We Are by Graham Swift, and it's a signed copy. It's a signed edition. I don't have that many signed editions. I only have this one now, and another one is Teal. This one, Teal by Daniel Kellman. Here. So I'm excited to have more signed editions because, you know, it's so cool to have like a little small part of the author on his book. And this book is supposed to be something about circus. And I don't really know much, but hey, circus is an interesting topic. And also Graham Swift is a beloved author. Also, he won lots of prizes. So I haven't read any books by him, so that's going to be my first one, and I really hope I'm gonna love it. So these are the 2 books that I bought on Waterstone. Now let's go to my usual book depository. Book depository is my book provider, my main book provider. So let's just open all of them. I love these packages because of this thing. Oh, and it has 2 books. I remember buying them. I'm so excited. I really want to read them. Yeah, so the first one is The Lady in the Little Foxfur. This is a small novella pretty much. Let me see what it's about. An old woman lives alone in a tiny attic flat in Paris, counting out coffee beans every morning beneath the roar of the overhead metro. Starving, she spends her days walking around the city, each step a bit for recognition of her own experience. She rides crowded metro carriages to feel the warmth of other bodies and watches the hot butter of pancakes drip from the hands of street sellers. One morning she awakes with an urgent need to taste an orange, but when she rummages in the bins she finds instead a discarded foxfur scarf. The little foxfur becomes the key to her salvation, the friend who changes her lonely existence into a playful world of her own invention. The Lady and the Little Foxfur is a stunning portrait of Paris, of the invisibility we all feel in a big city, and ultimately of the hope and triumph of a woman who reclaims her place in the world. So I hope it's going to be something kind and, you know, hopeful. I love such books. I love hopeful books. That's what I always want and crave for. Hope and love and good things. So I hope this is going to be that, and it's also very short, so I expect to love this book with my whole heart. One more book is Lie With Me, and I'm incredibly excited for this book. I'm so excited. So this is a book by a French author, and it's about, what is the word? What is politically correct word? one sex love, about gay love. So that's it's supposed to be a book about men falling in love with each other and just, yeah, their love. So that's what I'm so excited about this book. I want to read it a lot. I have been meaning to buy it for so long, and finally I decided, yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy it now, and now it's in my hands, and I'm so happy, and I'm going to read it as soon as possible. Also very short, and I anticipate to love it with my whole heart. So yeah. Also very small. Oh, this is a Japanese novel by a Japanese author, and it's called The Guest Cat. The Guest Cat by Takashi Hiraide. And it's a book, so it is supposed to be a book about a married couple who live together, but apparently their relationships are just getting colder, you know how it happens. And just one day this stray cat comes to their house out of nowhere, and he stays with them, and his appearance like apparently helps them to rebuild their relationships and like be happy again. And again, can you tell that that's the book that I'm going to love with my whole heart? Because I think you can. So I anticipate it also to be very kind and lovable and adorable. And cat, look, cat. So recently I have friends and they are cat lovers, and like people surrounding me, not all but most of them, are cat lovers, and I'm like, I want a cat. One day in my life I want a cat, but right now I'm just reading about them. Okay, so let's open another package. One more package is this one. Yes. This is another book I've been really wanting to read, and like looking at it on the book depository website. I was just looking at it and I'm like, I wanna read it, and finally I bought it. So this is also a Japanese novel by a Japanese author, but this is like a slightly fantasy novel, and it's The Miracles on the Nyah General Store by Keigo Higashino. I really don't know much about it. I really don't know what's going to happen, but recently I read another Japanese book, which is Convenience Store Woman, and also about a shop. It wasn't magical, but I really liked that book, and so I feel like I want to read books about stores and also magic, right? So miracles. I hope it's going to be something amazing, and I'm so happy to have it. Also, they only had it in hardcover, that's why I bought it in hardcover. Oh, okay, over 12 million copies sold worldwide. That's a good sign. And also, I really like the picture on the front. It reminds me of anime, like this whole style is like anime. So, extremely excited to have this book, and I cannot wait to start reading it. Oh. This book is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Look, so this is Once Upon a River. Once Upon a River by Diane Settlefield, and I watched, again, Piru's Project. I love her reading vlogs. I watch her a lot, and she was recently reading this book, and she said it was mysterious and atmospheric. It had lots of ambience, and she loved it. And I also heard from other booktubers about this book and about this author, Diane Settlefield. I also watched Jean Bookish Thoughts, and she read a different book she read The 13th Tale, I think, by Diane Settlefield. She also really liked it. So after hearing so much about this author and her books, I decided to give in and give them a try and finally read them. So that's what I'm going to do, to give a try first to Once Upon a River. And apparently I'm sure a lot of you already know. So it's like a story about disappearing children and then them reappearing again. So it's like a mystery novel. I hope it's going to be interesting, and I'm just so excited. I feel like this book haul is going to be full with books that I'm going to love. I just have very good feelings about, I mean, I normally, of course, I have good feelings about all the books that I'm buying, but just, I don't know, just this time I'm just feeling like I'm going to love these books. Okay, so this is already open. I was curious. So this is The Wild Spark. Wild Spark by Vashti Hardy, and it's a middle grade novel recommended by Jean Bookish Thoughts, and it was also nominated for like some British, I forgot, Blue Peter, what was the name, Blue Peter prize. Apparently it's like a prize in UK for middle grade books for children literature, and it was shortlisted. So it has to be something special and unique, but it's a story about a girl who recently lost her brother, and in this world magic and technology are somehow intertwined, and she goes to school to study that. So she can, as far as I remember, she creates this machine, apparently this like a flying lion, and soul of her brother comes to this machine. So it's something like that. So the book is dealing and explaining children about loss and just, you know, family loss. And I think it's going to be something really wonderful. Also, it is so beautiful. The cover is just, it's beautiful, and I also have very good feeling about this book, you know. I'm so excited. It has so many books. Look, it has so many books inside. Okay. Okay, yes, I know. I remember ordering these books. Oh, I remember ordering all of them. I have 4 books here. Let's start with the first one. The first one being this. So this is Nettle Babbitt, Tuck Everlasting. What if you could live forever? This is a book dealing with immortality, and a young girl lives in this family, Tuck family, and on their property they have a magical spring which waters give you immortal life. And the family members who have drank from this spring, they tell her about their experiences and like what happened to them, and the girl, she has to decide for herself whether she wants the immortality and whether she wants to keep the secrets of the family. So sounds interesting. Also, the topic of immortality always fascinates me, and I think it's going to be an interesting exploration. You know, some people want to live forever, and I don't know, like, would you like to live forever? Comment down below in the comments. Would you like to live forever? I honestly don't know. I don't know. Okay, next book is The Smoke Thief, and this is a book about dragons, and it's this is a very small book. I don't usually like pocket books, just like small books, mass market paperbacks, but there was no other option, so that's why I ordered this. And since it's a book about dragons, I decided to give it a go and try, because I like dragons. Not every book about dragons, as you might know, because recently I DNF'd Serafina, but dragons fascinate me. Dragons, that's why it's here. Next book is a different edition. This is what bothers me sometimes about Book Depository. They send you different editions. I buy one and they send me another one, and like, this is not beautiful. This is really not beautiful, but it's okay. The topic sounds interesting. So Brighton Rock by Green. I don't know the name of the author, but Green, and it deals with, it's about gangs and gang wars, and it's interesting. I would like to read a book about it. I haven't read yet a book about gangs, so it's going to be my first one. And the last book from this package, just from this package, is The Twisted Tree by Rachel Birch. And these days I'm trying to read a little bit more books, like spooky books and dark books, because I am usually easily scared. I have a very big and vivid imagination, and it doesn't always help. Especially not when you read like thrillers and scary books and watch scary movies. But I need to grow up and I need to get used to these things, because they are also very interesting and I want to give them a try. So this is a book that this is one of the books that I need to try. And okay, so the blurb says, Martha can tell things about a person just by touching their clothes, as if their emotions and memories have been absorbed into the material. It began the day she fell from the tree and became blind in one eye. Determined to understand her strange ability, Martha sets off to visit her grandmother, only to discover that her grandmother is dead and a peculiar boy is in her cabin. Then the spinning wheel starts creaking, terror creeps in, and Martha is faced with an impossible decision. See, it's going to be something dark, so but I hope that I'm going to like it. So Twisted Tree, that's one more book. So let's start with these small packages. I think I know what's going to be in there, because I also ordered continuation of Anne of Green Gables series. I loved the first 3 books. The first 3 books of Anne of Green Gables, the best thing that has happened to me in the sense of like reading. Well, maybe the same level with Harry Potter. Okay, so this is not Anne of Green Gables, but this is something else also exciting. This is The Hobbit. I haven't read anything by J.R. Tolkien, and I thought it would be a good place to start, because you know it was written for children, so hopefully it's going to be easy to read and easy to understand. And after that I thought I would give a try to Lord of the Rings, but first The Hobbit, because I think it's going to be easier. So I don't think that I need to tell you what it's about, everybody knows. So The Hobbit. Okay, so this is another book that I hope I'm going to love it. So this is by this author, Sylvia Townsend Warner, and recently I've read one book by her, which is Lonely Willows, and it was such a different book. Like the way she writes, it is so different and also difficult for me at this point. Not in the sense that I don't understand what she is writing, not in the sense of like English, but in a sense that like it's just different structure, you know, different text. I read it directly after I read Anne of Green Gables. Maybe that also was a factor. But it was so difficult for me to concentrate on her writing, like what she was saying. So I liked it, like I really enjoyed the writing and like the way it, like the language itself, but it was just so hard to concentrate. But I just keep this book, so I will reread it in the future. Maybe not after a middle grade novel, maybe after some other adult book. So, and this is another book by that author, so The Corner That Held Them, and it's supposed to be about, well, apparently about nuns living in a monastery or like place like that. I don't really know much what's happening there, but I'm very excited about this book. I really want to read it, and I had my eye on this book for such a long time, and finally I decided that this is the time to read it and buy it and just, you know, give it a try. So The Corner That Held Them. Next, here, another middle grade novel, and it is The Long Winter. I bought this book because I missed Russian winter, because I think it was January when I bought it, and I was like, I want snow, I need winter. I really miss Russian winter. And then when I read synopsis about this book, I was like, at least I will read about it, you know? It's about harsh winters, and I'm from Russia, so harsh winters, that is difficult, but I miss winter, so I'm going to read it. The last small package, and it's like really small. This book I don't really remember Things Fall Apart. I think it's a different edition again. I think I bought it in a different edition. I think so. Okonkwo is the greatest warrior alive. His fame has spread like a bushfire in West Africa, and he is one of the most powerful men of his clan. But he also has a fiery temper, determined not to be like his father. He refuses to show weakness to anyone, even if the only way he can master his feelings is with his fists. When outsider threatens the traditions of his clan, Okonkwo takes violent actions. Will the great man's dangerous pride eventually destroy him? So I want to read book from as many places in the world as possible. And so yeah, I also wanted to read books from Africa written by African authors. Like, I don't really like books written about a culture by an outsider, you know. I prefer books written by a member of this culture, written about his own culture. So if you understand what I mean. So I hope this is going to be my first book actually about Africa, written by an African author. So I'm excited, and I hope I'm going to love it a lot, because as far as I remember, it has like, it's a series, so it has 2 more books in the series. So if I like this one, I will continue on with the series, and I'm very excited. Okay, so now we are down back to the fun packages. Okay, so this is continuation of Anne of Green Gables. I have 2 books, Anne of Windy Willows and Anne's House of Dreams. I am in love with Anne Shirley. I really adore Anne of Green Gables series. The first 3 books I loved with my whole heart, and I genuinely laughed so much during reading those books. So I am really excited to have continuation and continue on with this series. So this is like 4th and 5th book, and I think there is also 6th one. So we will see if I like read the 6th one, because the 6th one is when she already has her children. But yeah, I might continue. So, but now only 5. I'm very happy. I will go back to Anne Shirley as soon as possible. Really like it. Going on, continuing on. Oi. This is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, because I have 3 books now. So with this I have 4. I have read the first 2 because this year I want to finish reading Harry Potter series, because I haven't read the whole series. When I was a child, I only read the first book, and then later on I read the 2nd and the 3rd, and I still haven't read the 4th. So this is going to be my first time ever reading the 4th book, and I am incredibly excited. This edition is just so beautiful. It is stunning. It is so stunning. What does it look like naked? It's blue. I'm so happy. It's 8th of March soon, so it's International Women's Day very soon, and I consider this to be my present to myself. next book is actually very heavy, and I think it's going to be a big one. Yes, I've been... This is a ginormous book. This book is ginormous. Can you guess what it is? It's The Way of Kings. It is huge. It is huge. I don't know why, but huge books make me happy. Like, just holding them in my hands and reading them, they just make me so happy. So I have never read anything by Brandon Sanderson, so this is going to be my first book ever reading Brandon Sanderson, and I decided to start with Way of Kings. I'm so excited. I just like this book from just looking, and it's so floppy, and does it have pictures? It has a little bit of pictures. So I think if I like this book, I will get it in hardcover. I think in hardcover it should be even more beautiful. So yes, The Way of Kings. I will make a separate vlog of myself to reading this book, to document this whole experience, and I hope I'm going to like it. I hope Brandon Sanderson is going to become my favorite author, my new favorite author, so I'm ready for that. So the next one. The next book is also not as big as The Way of Kings, at least like in format, but it's also a big one, and it is The Eye of the World, because this is another series that I want to read in this year. Maybe not the whole series, but like at least give it a try and see if I like it and see if I want to read it, like the whole series. So The Eye of the World, I don't really know what it's about. I know that it's a fantasy so I want to give it a try. I feel so happy right now. Okay, I have 3 more packages. It's not all. That's not all, people. Okay. Okay, here I have 3 books, but they're small. Oh, I am so excited about this particular book. So, like I said, I'm trying to read books from every country and from as many places as I possibly can, and now I have this book finally. I'm so excited. This is The Blind Owl, and it is by an Iranian author. And if you didn't know, my husband is Iranian. My husband is from Iran, and I love Iran. I've been there 2 times, and I love that country. I love it with my whole heart. And people are amazing. Like, they're so kind, and they're so warm, and they're so welcoming, and they're just like family, you know, like the first time you meet them, they become your family. And I love Iran so much. So this is the first book by an Iranian author that I'm going to read, and I'm so excited. It's a short one, little bit bigger, like in terms of like the size. I don't really know what it's about. Oh, but it's 75th anniversary edition, so it's like, it's a famous book apparently. I just found it on Book Depository, and I thought that I want to read it because it's by an Iranian author. But to be honest, there is no blurb, so I cannot tell you what it's about. I will read it, make a vlog about it, and I will tell you what it's about. So keep your eyes out for the vlog. So Iranian author, I am so excited. And also look at this owl, it is so beautiful. Next 2 books are by Japanese authors, by the same Japanese author, Yuko Tsushima. So these 2 books, I have Territory of Light and Child of Fortune. I really like these editions. I like this series, this, what is it, Modern Classics series. I want to collect as many books as possible. But Territory of Light, what is it about? It is spring. A young woman left by her husband starts a new life in a Tokyo apartment. Territory of Light follows her over the course of a year as she struggles to bring up her 2-year-old daughter alone. Her new home is filled with light streaming through the windows, so bright you have to squint, but she finds herself plummeting deeper into darkness, becoming unstable. As the months come and go and the seasons turn, she must confront what she has lost and what she will become. I love, like, so far the Japanese books that I read, I loved, except for like one fantasy book, which I talked about in my unhaul video, which you can watch somewhere here. But other books that I read about by Japanese author, I loved all of them. So I'm excited about these books. Yuko Tsushima is the new author for me, so I haven't read anything by her. I hope I'm going to really enjoy this one. Next one is Child of Fortune. Coco won't do what is expected of her. Defying her family's wishes, she has brought up her 11-year-old daughter alone in her apartment. So these are 2 books about mothers and daughters. Okay. And now, after a casual affair, she is unexpectedly pregnant again. What will this mean for her already troubled relationship with her daughter? As she faces the future, memories of her own childhood loss flood into her consciousness, threatening to overwhelm her. Combining the beauty and unease of a dream, this haunting novel is an unflinching portrayal of a woman's innermost fears and desires. I feel like I'm going to really like these books. I have very good feelings about all of them. Okay, next one is also open. I was curious. Frost in May. Frost in May by Antonia White. So that's a book about convent school and girl who goes there. And that's all I know, but it's very exciting. And I really had my eye on this book for a very long time, and finally I have it. And also all of these books, I want to read all of them. That's why I want to read one book a day, because there are so many books that I want to read. Okay, so the last book. This is the last package. Let's see. I really don't remember. Okay, so here we have 2 books. The last 2 books of this book haul and this huge book mail unboxing are... So the first one is A Darker Shade of Magic by Victoria E. Schwab. I haven't read anything by this author. I don't know if I'm going to like it, because as far as I know, it's a YA fantasy. Recently I haven't had much luck with YA fantasy, but like a lot of people say that she writes the best YA fantasy, so we will see. I'll give it a try. I hope I will love it. I am a character-driven reader, and I need to love my characters, and again I heard from somebody that she writes the best characters, so hopefully I'm going to like it. But I'm sure a lot of people know this book, and I don't need to explain what it's about. I don't know. And the last book is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Also very famous book. Lots of people are reading it right now at this moment. Everybody wants to read Robin Hobb this year, apparently, on BookTube. So, and I am no exception. So I will start with her first book, Assassin's Apprentice, and I will continue on if I like this book. So this is the last book of this haul. How many books? I don't even know. Let's count. 29 books. So I have 29 new books. I told you I have a problem. I need to stop. I think I stop for now. I will not go to... I mean, I have a few books coming. I have a few books on the way. But I'm going to stop for now, because I have so many books to read. I am stuck. I think for the next like at least 3 months or 4 months, I have enough books to read. So I need to stop buying them. And instead, I will make reading vlogs. So that's what you are in. I'm going to do lots of reading vlogs, especially for Eye of the World, The Way of Kings, The Eighth Life. Do you remember the first book? So The Eighth Life. And I also have some old books that I really want to read, like The Name of the Wind, Eragon. I'm reading Eragon right now, by the way. I started yesterday. So good. I'm enjoying it. Just a spoiler alert. But yeah, I'm so happy. So many books. I'm feeling very happy right now. Okay, I will finish this vlog here. Not vlog, unboxing. This book unboxing here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a very good day. Expect reading vlogs from me, and I will see you very soon in my reading vlogs. Thank you so much. Bye.